Greetings and welcome to the State of Healing. I am your host, Natasha L Brown, and we want to give our disclaimer before we get started. This is an informational session. I am not a medical professional, I am a holistic professional. The broadcast is to assist you on your holistic journey, not to diagnose or give medical advice or direction. Always seek out your medical professional, your personal care provider, or physician in order to get the instruction and direction you need for your body. All right. Also, make sure you click the like button, subscribe, as well as click on the bell to get notifications, and share your comments below so that we'll know what is working for you, what you need more information on, as well as if you need us to contact you. And again, I am a holistic coach, advocate, as well as a speaker. And you can go to my website at natashalbrown.com, natashalbrown.com, or whathappenedtoyourlastmeal.com, either of those to contact me, as well as I'm on Twitter, here on YouTube, as well as Facebook as Natasha L Brown if you'd like to connect with me. And I look forward to connecting with you. So we are talking about self-encouragement this week. The State of Healing this week is talking about self-encouragement, encouraging yourself. Sometimes we get to a place where we just can't go on, don't want to go on. We've made a choice that we're just going to sit here for a minute, but you need that self-push. And if you can't get it from anyone else, you need to know how to basically get yourself stirred up and going again. Rekindle that fire. So many times what is needed is a daily affirmation. And if you have a daily affirmation as well as something that you can hear, even if it's your own voice recorded, encouraging yourself, so that when you get into those positions where you are having some difficulty getting encouraged, getting motivated, getting moving, that you'll have that voice in your ear, that you can play that at any time, and that you can encourage yourself. So I have about 15 or 16 tips that we want to share as to how to encourage yourself. And the State of Healing, if you've missed any of the broadcasts, you can find all of them here on YouTube. They've been uploaded here, and you can watch them. And again, make sure that if you have not subscribed, to go ahead and subscribe so that you'll get the notifications once you click the bell of when we post new videos. All right, so encouraging yourself. Now, if you are a procrastinator, and many things I am a procrastinator, but for the most part, I try not to procrastinate. We as procrastinators have in our mind we do our best work at the last minute. Sometimes that's true. Most times it is not true, because we could do so much more. If you are a procrastinating perfectionist, definitely after you see what you've done at the last minute, you see things that you could have done better if you had done the work in a timely manner. So something you don't want to do, especially if you need motivation on a particular project, is procrastinate. So start small. If you're a procrastinator, you want to break your goals down. So if it's a large goal, find out how you can break it down into smaller. If those goals have not been broken down, once you reevaluate small enough, break them down again. And then move toward getting what needs to be done in a manner that is going to work for you. Okay? So procrastinators, we have to learn how to break down larger goals so that we can be on task and not get frustrated and basically give up. It's self-sabotage, because you're putting yourself in a position where you're not going to be motivated because you're behind. Also, you want to reduce your daily distractions. The very thing I'm using is a major distraction for us. Our phones, any social media, if you are addicted to it, and many people don't know that they're addicted to it, but just pay attention to how long you're on. It's easily to start scrolling with any social media, just scrolling through, and you could have easily spent an hour or two basically doing nothing. Now, unless you are linked in to certain things and you're looking for things to take place, then you can be wasting time. So you want to make sure you're using your time productively, especially if you're working on a large goal. That is good to take a break and look at social media, but to get attached to it in a manner that is not healthy or productive is just a distraction. Also, you know what the distractions are for you. If when you get to work, making your rounds, speaking to everyone, getting coffee, standing at the vending machine, whatever it is, whatever is distracting you, you know what that distraction is that's keeping you from work, because when you get bored, it's what you turn to, right? No matter where you are, you know what your distractions are. So daily distractions, we want to eliminate those. Also, get accountability from the people in your life as well as from strangers. Sometimes you can go out, the very thing that you think maybe, let's say you're having an issue with your hair, you're having what you think is a bad hair day, and you go out and someone compliments you on your hair. That motivates you to go into a different direction. Same with anything that you're doing. If you're needing self-motivation, get out, find someone that can motivate you, that you trust and that you know will motivate you, as well as just get out and start interacting with people. As you get out, sometimes you begin to talk to people that's going through the same thing you are going through, and as you share with them, you get the answer you're looking for. It always happens. It's just always amazing to me. So get that motivation. Also, what music will motivate you? Find that playlist song that's going to get you going no matter what's going on. Play that song and get your motivation that way. Also, make sure that you are kind to yourself. When you are in a position where you don't feel that you've reached your goal, be gentle, be loving, be compassionate with you. And sometimes we are our worst critics. We are so hard on ourselves because we know what to expect. We know what we were expecting. We didn't have to verbalize it. And we get to a place where we haven't reached what we think is a particular goal. And once we get to the end of it, we are bashing ourselves. So be kind, be gentle. When you are in a place where you didn't reach your goals, make sure you are loving to yourself. Also, be constructive about your failures, personally as well as getting feedback from others. Make sure it's someone that knows how to give constructive feedback, that is not going to be so harsh that they can't give you ways to improve and do better the next time. Constructive criticism or evaluation, self-evaluation is always good. Also, you want to compare yourself to yourself. If you keep, which is another one of our tips, it's a little further down the list, but keep a success journal, not a failure journal, but a success journal, and include with your success journal what you learned along the way, especially if you had to make the attempt more than one time and you were finally able to reach the goal. What did you learn as you were making the attempts? What is it that you learned, feedback that you got from someone else, or things that you noticed when you looked through? What are those things? And make sure that you keep a journal, a running journal in a book, one book, that journal that you can always go back to. And that way you can compare yourself to yourself. Because what you're doing is you're looking through, you're seeing what you did before, encouraging yourself so that you will be able to do better the next time. And if you did excellent this time, you still try and outdo yourself. So a success journal is something that definitely you want to keep up with. Remind yourself of why you're working toward your particular goal. Needing that encouragement and that self-push. Why is it that you get up every morning? Why do you go to your job? Why are you going to school again? Why are you going to school for the first time? Know your why for whatever it is that you're doing. That gives you a push as well. And put that with your goal in your success journal so that you'll be able to remember your why and know what to do in order to move forward successfully. Also, you want to be grateful for what you have right now at this minute. Just look around. What is it that you have that you may have been taking for granted? Who is it that's in your life that you may have been? I was dealing with several people a couple of months ago, and they were taking their significant other for granted. And when that was brought to light, it amazed me the reaction that I got, because we have people in our lives that push us, that motivate us, that love us no matter what, and we don't always acknowledge those people. So remember who's in your corner and be grateful for what and who you have in your life at this very moment. Being grateful is always a great motivator. Also, when you are being grateful, what are 3 things that you take for granted? Put that, if you have a gratitude journal, put it in your journal as well as in your success journal. If those are some of the reasons why you're moving forward, those things that you're grateful for, put it in your success journal. Mix things up. A rut will always kill any good motivation, any situation that you're dealing with. If you are stuck in a rut, if you're like most people, we say we don't like change, but we really do. We need change. We may not want major change all at one time, but most want change. You don't want to do the same thing every day. You don't every day. And if you do have to do the same thing every day, at some point you need a change, or you can start doing it subconsciously, and that gets you into a bad place. So mix it up. What is it that you need to do differently? Go to work, school, or home a different way. Something that simple. Go to a different store of a particular chain you like in a different location. Just simple things just to mix it up, change it up, do something different. Declutter your workspace. If you are the type of person that as you're working on different projects, everything is on your workspace, declutter your workspace. That can be part of your change as well. Getting out of the rut of having everything in your work area, and it becomes overwhelming. You look at the area and don't want to work there. So declutter your work area. That will keep you motivated as well, especially if you have a lot of people use Post-its or little signs that they printed out and framed that have motivational quotes on them. But if your workspace is cluttered, you may not see them. So definitely declutter your workspace. Number 14, exercise. Exercise is always a part of a holistic anything that I recommend. So you want to exercise. The gym is beautiful, but as you are getting warmer weather wherever you are, make sure you get out into nature. And watching nature do its thing is very motivating, because even if you're watching just something as small as an ant to something as large as a bird, whatever it is that's taking place in the leaves as they begin to transition from season to season, as you watch nature, motivate you, because if they can do it, so can we. So definitely exercise is something that you want to stay with. Get and maintain hydration. Always, no matter what the weather is. You want to make sure you are eating live foods. Anything that grows out of the ground, on a tree, wherever it grows live. And if we take it out of that environment, it will begin to rot. That's live food. You want to eat it before it rots. Also, you want to make sure you get 6 or more hours of restful sleep each night, so that way you are rejuvenated. There's nothing like being tired to make sure that you cannot be encouraged, that you cannot be motivated, sluggish all day. So exercise, hydrate, eat live foods, and definitely get 6 or more hours of restful sleep each night. And if you're eating the live foods, it helps with your sleep as well. Take a few moments, and again, number 15 is the success journal, but I started talking about it a little before. But take a few minutes and go over each day what your successes were. If you can review a week, do a week. If you can review a month, do a month. But take time in order to review where you are as far as what you've been expecting for this particular goal or for the month. Reward yourself. Celebrate your successes, no matter how big or small, as you move from one goal point to the other. Make sure you are rewarding yourself for that particular success. So, definitely gauge the success and the reward to match. Because if you are getting yourself a brand new pair of shoes for a small success, then what is it that you're going to do when you have a larger success? So make sure you give the right reward to yourself for the particular success goal. Also, sure that you have in mind what your actual success is, what you're looking to do in order to move forward, and that what you are doing on a daily basis is helping you reach that particular goal. If it's not helping you reach that goal, then you need to self-evaluate, find out what you need to do, and you need to move forward in going in a different direction. Remember, don't get stuck in that rut. Don't get stuck procrastinating, and take care of yourself. Love yourself enough to do what it takes in order to maintain your mental, spiritual, and physical well-being. As long as you do that, you will be able to maintain and obtain the motivation and encouragement you need. And again, the state of healing this week was about self-encouragement, making sure you have that self-push, that so that you can embrace when someone else is giving you the encouragement you need. So as always, I want you to remember that I love you, and that self-love and self-compassion is your superpower. So if you haven't liked as well as subscribed, go ahead and do so, and then leave a comment as to what you learned this week and what you would like to learn, and share what's working for you because it may help someone else. I'm Natasha L Brown, your host of The State of the Healing. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a beautiful week.